Hello everyone, welcome back to a special video. This one's gonna focus on what's been happening in the stock market in the last 2 weeks or so. Specifically focus on GameStop, GME. I'm sure you have heard a lot about this over the last week or so. If you're on social media, if you're other things, I did briefly write about what I thought about them in my Telegram channel. I think some of you guys, well, quite a bit of you guys asked me to elaborate a little bit more, so I thought making a video would be best to kind of go over what I know and what you should take from all this. Okay, so maybe you have not heard about this, or maybe you have, but let's focus on a few facts that we all know that's currently happening. GameStop as a business um, has a surge of their stock price in the last pretty much 2 weeks. They were trading much lower, $10, $20, something like that in that range, or even as low as $3. As you can see today at this current price, $325. It was peaking at almost 500. So that is a fact. And what drive the price to go up? Well, there's a few things, but first thing you have to understand what is happening right now. What is happening with GameStop before all this? GameStop is, unfortunately to say, is a declining business, declining corporation, that they're losing money because people are just not going to retail store to buy games anymore, right? There's other places to buy things like Amazon, or people are playing online games, console games, things like that. They're just on a declining basis, okay? And hedge fund knows that, okay? Hedge fund, you should do a little bit of research about what hedge fund is, but what hedge funds are doing is they engage in hedging kind of activities such as short selling the stock because they all think that the stock itself is likely to decline. So by short selling, they can make a quick buck. Well, quick buck meaning, tens of millions, hundreds of millions in that range. So there are people on Reddit, Wall Street Bets. You can look up about them. But the point is, they identified that there was a lot of hedge fund doing that, and they knew that the price is so low right now. If they can get all of us retail traders or anybody who are capable of investing in stocks to buy into the stock, we will able to drive the stock price higher. Okay, why to do that, and what's the advantage of that? Well, look, if you can get more people buying the stock price will go up, and these hedge funds who are holding a short sell on these positions eventually have to buy back their short selling stocks because they cannot afford to keep seeing the price rise higher and higher. And this is why you hear about the short squeeze in the market, where they're literally buying back their short selling trades in order so that they don't close all of their short selling trades at a high price. This is what's happening in the market right now. Okay, so this is something that's extraordinary in my opinion. I've been trading for 8 years already. I'm not an active trader in equities, but this is something that's the first, at least something that I've seen in such a short period of time. So this is certainly something that's very um, unique in the time that we're living in right now. Okay, so what to take from all this? Well, first of all, you often hear the word manipulation these days. Certainly, there is some manipulation. I'm not here to speculate who is manipulating or what is speculating, but you can hear all over the news that there is one of the biggest trading platform or trading broker is called Robinhood. They suspend or they halt trading on GameStop and a couple other ones, AMC, BlackBerry, things like that, to temporarily hold people on buying. And this is why the stock actually went down for a bit. And there's a lot of controversial behind this topic. And again, I'm not here to speculate things on YouTube, but what I want to say is clearly that is wrongdoing, right? Clearly, this is supposed to be a capitalism. People can buy and sell. There's freedom, right? The freedom should not only go to hedge fund. It should also go into retail traders like you and I. Okay, and that's really the biggest thing that's happening right now. And why this is so trending is because the average people, honestly, like me and you, we're not rich. We're not rich like those people in hedge funds or the investors in hedge funds. You have to understand that hedge funds are only for wealthier individual or wealthier businesses, institution, other funds, right? In general, they're for rich people, right? They're not for you and I because we don't have the capital to invest in those hedge funds. But however, the hedge funds get away with a lot of things. Taxes is one thing, a lot of freedom. They have less restrictions. So they are technically controlling the market. You often hear manipulation. You often hear about the bigger firms control the market. That's exactly it, because they push the price up and down, and they capitalize on it. And in today's time, why is GameStop such a crazy thing happening? Because we are controlling the market now. We are controlling the price. This is a big difference what's going on in the market right now. Retail traders, starting from Wall Street bets, starting from deep effing value, they knew that, and that's actually what they found out is actually correct. Is that when we start buying stocks, this particular stock especially, and if we're not selling, the hedge funds are in big shit. Okay, because they're short selling, their stock price is continuing to go up. They cannot to afford to lose returning all their short selling shares at the peak price. They cannot. Their firm will go bankrupt. They have to start short squeeze, start buying them at a lower price in hope to cut down their losses. And this is what's happening right now in the market. The market is growing crazy because of this short squeeze. And many people are saying this is just the beginning. This is not over yet, right? If every retail traders who are understanding this right now, who understand that what's going on in the market, and they're taking advantage, or not taking advantage, more as they're following the cult, right? This is no longer about making money anymore. To a lot of people, they're putting in their student loans, their funds, things like that. Why? Because they acknowledge what's happening right now. If you're just a regular person like myself, and you're tired of the wealthier rich people who are just making all the money in different time, in COVID time, they're making money. In 2008 crash, they're making money where everyone else suffer. People understood what's happening right now. If you're holding this stock and if you're not selling, even if you make 10,000, 100,000, 500,000, these people are making crazy money with options. Okay, that's a story for another day. But they're making massive money right now on holding the stock, but they're not selling because they understand if they sell, the hedge fund wins. When they sell their stocks, the stock is going to go down and the hedge fund wins. They're going to win back the money that they're currently losing. But if nobody is selling their stocks, if everybody is buying, the hedge fund are going to go bankrupt. There are multiple hedge funds are showing this, right? And there's more hedge fund helping other hedge fund, pouring their capital to help them. Okay, and that's why, because the hedge fund is betting against us. They're thinking we as retail trader eventually are going to collapse. They're going to sell their stocks and we're going to win. And this is why it's a cult thing right now. Everybody who understands this clearly understood that if we don't sell, this thing is going to take off, and the hedge funds are entitled to lose billions and billions more than they're already, the 70 billions they lost last week. Okay, so that's a really key concept about this. So what to take away from all this? I'm not telling you to go, put your life saving on GameStop or other, AMC and things like that. What I want you to understand is what's going on in the market. I want you to do your own research, your own analysis, look at other videos, look at other posting, understanding what is going on right now. Why is this stock going up? And why is everyone buying it? And why does it make sense for people like themselves to buy it, to hold it and not to sell? Even if you make a healthy profit, they're not selling because they understand the more they hold, the more the hedge fund loses, the more rich people lose their money. Okay, so this is something that you want to take away from this video here. Even though I'm not an active equity trader, I focus on currency, indices, commodities, and crypto, but that is something that is happening right now in the world. And I thought this is something that you should know about it. And you should certainly do your own diligence to read about it, at least to understand what's going on in the market right now and understand how these hedge funds, how these firms in the world typically control the market. So you often hear that these hedge funds are complaining, hey, these guys grouping together do that. That's illegal. Actually, we're just beating at you at your own game. All right, everyone. So I hope this quick video really outlines what's going on in the market, what's going on specifically on GameStop or other couple ones that I talk about, AMC, BlackBerry, Nokia, Bath and Body Works, few other ones that are already in these, they're all declining business. And this is what hedge fund took advantage of them, is that they took advantage of them because they're declining. It's an easy way to make a quick buck. and easy way to make a short sell of that. But let's think about it realistically. If GameStop goes bankrupt because of these hedge funds short selling, there's a lot of people that's going to lose their jobs, right? You have to think about it this way: there's that there's I don't know how much I read about. There's maybe 15, 16,000 people working at GameStop, world US wide, or other thing under their wings. If GameStop goes bankrupt, and they might all lose their job, but do you think the rich people, do you think the hedge funds, do you think they care, or do you think they're caring about how much profit they're going to make by short selling these stocks? This is why it's a cult thing now. This is why average people like you and I, retail traders, or even just a regular kid who's going to high school understood that, hey, we're here to help these people. We're here to defeat those bigger corporations, right? The 1% in the world making the rest of the world's money is no longer that, right? The wealth passed down to us. Once you do your research, you'll find out many successful people or many well-known people are also agreeing with these retail traders what we're doing here, because they understood these bigger corporations have made billions and billions already. It's time for them to pass down their wealth. Okay, everyone. So hope this video explained what is happening in the market, what's happening specifically with GameStop and other typical stocks that are happening in the same situation, getting through this short squeeze, getting through this kind of period of unprecedented time. All right, everyone. So any questions, comment, or feedback, let me know below, and I will chat with you guys next time. Okay. Thank you very much.